All right, so recently I've been doing a lot, so to speak, right? So my interest currently is trying to give back to the industry, right? So I've been doing a lot of going to local barber schools, giving demos. They've reached out to me, I've reached out to them, and we've, gone back and forth, and I'm enjoying it, right? And I've now started giving classes in the shop to up and coming barbers, new barbers, potential barbers to be, things like that. So, and I'm enjoying it. I really appreciate it. And there's a couple reasons for me doing it, but more so for just giving back. Like, the industry has given me so much, and I feel coming into the industry, there's a lot of unknown, because a lot of people, even people who get haircuts frequently, and I talk to frequently about, my journey as a barber, they don't really understand the industry, right? And you won't really understand it until you've been in it and have done it in some way, especially being in it for a long period of time. But coming into it brand new, it's hard to really know what to expect and what the industry will give you and what it'll do for you, because you don't know what you don't know. So I want to give the opportunity to the new barbers to meet someone who's done it to the level that I've done it and to the capacity that I've done it, right? Because to my knowledge, there's very few people who do what I do, and there's pretty much no one that does a lot of the things that I do in this industry specifically. Obviously, there's someone that does damn near everything I do in some way, shape, or form, but to put everything together the way that I've put it together, there's really not anyone, especially, and that's just for what's public. There's a lot that you guys don't know about and won't know about for a while that is coming, that no one has done to the level that I'm going to be doing it. So I want to take now at, I guess I could say nearly 10 years, but pretty much 10 years in the industry. I think I went to barber school in 2016, finished in 2017. So professionally, I'm nearing 10 years or 9 years right now. And the industry has done a lot for me, and I've done a lot within the industry, and I want to take the time to give back. That's why my classes are free. I don't really care to charge people for a class coming into an industry. I don't really care to charge for it at all. I don't think I'll make enough money from the classes to care to charge for it. I don't see the point in that. I'd rather it be a collaborative opportunity amongst us, especially new barbers. Even if older barbers come in and want to meet some new barbers, I'm okay with that. But the premise of the classes is for the new and up and coming barbers that struggle with a few things, may not have their shear work down pack, or have never even been taught or understood. I have barbers in my shop right now that struggle with like the dexterity of shears and being able to use it the way it should be used to put less stress on your shoulders and, less strain on your wrist when you cut a certain way. That comes from experience, and understanding the importance of it comes from experience and doing haircuts all day for a lengthy period of time and doing a certain style of haircuts for a lengthy period of time. But you don't get to do that many haircuts that requires that skill if you never get good at it. So if you never get good at it, those people that require that skill stop coming to you, period, because you're not good at it. So you have to at least get the basics of it in order to grow it and become even better at it. Because if you never decide to grow in it, then you'll just lose off on that clientele slowly but surely. Because with sheer work, you can almost get away with murder. But at some point, when they meet someone who's really good at it and their hair lays the way it should lay, the difference will be well known. They'll definitely be able to see the difference in the quality of the haircut. So just things like that, I just want to be able to give to the newer and up and coming barbers, because I truly feel it's my time to give back to the industry. And I don't really know why. I don't know if that comes from my time in the Marine Corps. When you reach a certain rank, it becomes your time to give back to the Marine Corps, and you do the legwork of building up the junior personnel, right? So I feel like that's where I am now, that I've reached a point to where I want to wholeheartedly give something to the industry for the new and up and coming barbers, because I do see that the industry is fraying. And I think it is largely in part due to the quote unquote celebrity barbers that did a lot of shit for clout. And I fucking hate it, because the new barbers came up thinking like, that's how I build clientele. Like, if I famous on social media for doing all these random things that have absolutely nothing to do with haircutting, I'll have a lot of clients. Being barber famous has absolutely no correlation with being booked all day, every day. Zero correlation whatsoever. You going viral on Instagram isn't exactly a great thing, because 1,000 views doesn't equal 1,000 clients. 10,000 views doesn't equal 10,000 clients. 100,000 views doesn't equal 100,000 clients. It doesn't even equal 1,000 clients. You can get 1 million views on a video one day and have absolutely no clients the next day. And I think a lot of like the young and up and coming barbers, for some reason, thought that there was a correlation, and being social media famous equating to being booked all day. Like, no, because if you have the time to create wildly intricate client content, then you're not busy. So I don't post on social media like a crazy amount because I'm typically busy. Like, I'm doing a lot of things. Like, if I recorded all the things that I did all day, you would definitely see how busy I was. Like, if I'm not cutting hair, I'm working on an app that I'm building, and I'm building it myself. I'm coding the app, and I'm learning and doing at the same time, and that's a multitude of things. I'm working on the fragrance for my product line, so that's something that I need to do work and study on all day, pretty much every day. I'm learning something new in that space pretty much regularly, because again, I've never built an app. I've never built a fragrance. So all of these are things that I'm learning and doing and applying at all times. So if I'm busy doing things that are far more important to me than posting a video, especially as a barber that is busy and has solid clientele, it doesn't really equate to me. For some people, that one video may do you really well, right? But then depending on the video, depending on what you did in the video, will attract a certain type of people. So if you did a prank in a video, you're probably gonna attract people who enjoy pranks, who enjoy joking, who enjoy doing all of that. Is that the vibe that you want in your shop full time? Do you want a client to come in and prank you? Let's say 100 of your clients do that. So you're just getting pranked pretty much all day, every day in some way, shape, or form. At some point, that's going to get exhausting, right? I think we can all agree with that. So I just want to be that voice of leveling and phasing out some of the noise that new barbers are receiving from social media in itself. And then we have the other struggle of barbers wanting to go. And I've actually gone to a barber school recently and heard this from a student directly, that they wanted to go pretty much directly from barber school to a salon suite. That's crazy to me, right? So at that point, I don't even know like what could motivate someone to want to do that. Like, I love being a barber so much and I love the industry so much that just doesn't make sense to me, right? Because going straight from barber school, which is not the barber industry, and then going directly to a salon suite, which is also not the barber industry, not the barber culture. That's not the culture in itself. Like, you started in the beginning, you did the necessary thing to adopt the culture, and then you absent yourself from the culture because you're isolated. There is no barbershop culture in a salon suite. That does not exist. I don't care what anybody tells you. I don't care what you think you might have seen. Barbershop culture does not exist in a salon suite. You may have a barber, but if that barber went directly from barber school to salon suite, there is no culture in that salon suite whatsoever, because they learned absolutely nothing from people who have been in the industry in a barbershop at all. They have nothing to compare their experience in that salon suite to, right? And that's not to say that it's impossible to build up clientele, or it's just not the culture. You didn't adopt anything. You're not making sure that this goes into the future. You're removing yourself from this to create something almost entirely different and non-existent of this. No ties or correlation with this to create something totally different that is in no way speaks about what the industry is, in my opinion. That's just my personal opinion. So I feel that we're losing a lot of barbers to that. And I feel like it's in part due to the lack of social skills of the younger people. Not to sound like an old dude, but I think that largely is in part due with that. So, and that's also part of my motivation behind wanting to go to the schools, is because I see how nervous the younger generation is about coming to approach shop owners, about even coming to work in the shops. I've had kids come in here to ask me to come in the shop and brought their parents with them. And I thought it was a fake thing, because I saw like a meme about it and I saw a video about it, and they're saying like young adults bring their parents to job interviews. I'm like, this is an industry where a job interview isn't really your typical job interview, right? You're just, hey, I have a license. I would like to cut in your barbershop. Do you have space? Right? Somewhat. And a guy brought his dad with him to essentially ask me that question. And he himself didn't even ask the question. His father asked the question, which is insanely odd to me, right? So I just want to take the time to give back to the industry as best I can and give the knowledge that I've gained, the experiences that I've gained, share that with the up and coming barbers to hopefully continue the industry, strengthen the industry, and better it in whatever way I can, no matter how small, no matter how minute. If I can help one person build a good barbershop instead of a trashy barbershop had they never met me, all of it is worth it. If I send one person down the path of greatness, or even just being a good barber with good skills and wanting to attain those skills, I'm happy with that. That's it.